especially on the radio. But at Geico, they're proud of their age. It means they can deliver the expertise and reliability that only comes with years of experience. Over 70 and proud of it, that's Geico. How old am I? I'll tell you later, when I'm off the radio.
For a free rate quote, visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
You know what it's like. Coffee. The morning after aches and pains have kept you up. Tonight try Advil PM and get a better night's sleep. Better than Tylenol PM because you'll spend less time lying awake with aches and pains and more time asleep. Switch to Advil PM. The difference is a better night's sleep. Uses directed brands or trademarks of the respective owners.
This is WNOX. Your attention, please. In the case of an economic crash, you can use this station as a flotation device.
That's right. WNOX is taking you to school on your money with Penny Pincher University. Every Thursday, we're lining up experts on everything from conserving energy to writing a great resume. Join us Thursday during the Triple H Morning Show and that afternoon on the Phil Show.
You may now return your portfolio to its full upright position.
Brought to you by Energy Detectives. Don't just guess. Be sure with a test.
There's a reason no one ever used a rocking chair as a timeout chair at the Cracker Barrel Old Country Store. Timeout chair is a place to think about what you've done wrong. But a rocking chair? Well, it just can't help but think about all that's right. Like our new Fireside Country Skillets, including delicious chicken mushroom jack or grilled beef and broccoli. And if you clean your plate, maybe something to satisfy your sweet tooth. Cracker Barrel Old Country Store. Eat, shop, relax.
Hey, do you owe money? Have big bills? Yeah, I'm talking to you. Well, here's what I want you to do. Go to your bank and tell them you don't want to pay them back. Or you'll give them back some of their money, but not all of it. If you did this, you'd get thrown out of the bank. But as crazy as this sounds, this is exactly what the partner companies and National Debt Relief will do for you. If you have credit card debt, department store card debt, gas card debt, medical bills, or any unsecured debt, National Debt Relief firms will help you settle those debts for less than what you owe. It's that simple, but you have to call them. So grab a pen and take down this number, or better yet, store it in your cell phone right now. 1-800-652-0338. When you call this number, you're going to get free information that holds the secrets the banks don't want you to know. Free information that lets you pay less than you owe. 1-800-652-0338. Come on, you only have so much money, so stop throwing it away. Get your free information now. 1-800-652-0338. This is a limited time offer, so call today. 1-800-652-0338.
This is your station for breaking news.
FM 100 WNOX.
This is Money Talk.
Welcome back to Money Talk, coast to coast, border to border, in the islands of Hawaii and north to Alaska. One number serves all, 1-800-934-2221. Stephen Axelrod, our guest, his new book, Inside the Fed, Monetary Policy and Its Management. Stephen, thank you for your time. It's great to have you with us.
Well, thank you. It's good to be there.
Especially at a time like this. We've had some callers this weekend on the program. And they're worried about, they're not worried about the economic recovery that we don't have yet. They're worried about inflation because they figure, someday when we do have an economic recovery, we have all this money sloshing around, courtesy of Ben Bernanke and company. And they're a little bit worried with the way they've seen this balance sheet expand, basically exploded in the last year-over-year numbers. They're a little worried that if the economy starts to recover down the road, what happens then? What are your thoughts?
Well, I wouldn't worry.
You wouldn't worry? Oh, that's great news.
But I think when it begins recovering, you're right, that's about when you should.
Yeah,
because we've got a lot of unemployment now. It's going to go up, and you got to get it out there and get it moving. The usual problem with fiscal policy over history is it comes on too late. You're never ready. So by the time it comes on, you already got something big going. I think we come on more now, of course, and taper off later. It's not quite building that way, as you said. But I think next year isn't a big problem year because I think it's going to have to take time to build this up. The world recovery is what we need to move us forward substantially, and that's going to take itself some time because, as I mentioned earlier, Europe hasn't begun starting. So I am not too worried about next year. year after that I think is a bit worrisome.
Our guest is Stephen Axelrod. Stephen's new book is Inside the Fed. Stephen has served at the Board of Governors at the Federal Reserve and is an authority on the subject, also does some consultant work with foreign central banks. So, we have monetary policy on track. We have a Federal Reserve that is just going way beyond anything they've done in modern history to stimulate monetary growth. We have the Fed expanding their balance sheet dramatically. We have some fiscal policy in place, at least in terms of the $13 a week tax cut that will, or cash flow increase, we should say, that most people will be receiving starting in April. Do you think it's enough?
Well, not really enough to be certain, I think. This has been a very disastrous kind of crisis. It's not exactly like the 30s, but it's kind of reminiscent in the sense that confidence has been totally busted, particularly in the U.S., to a large degree in Europe. Japan never really got much confidence back after the 90s morass, and this hasn't helped. About the only place, well, China, there is, in some sense, people may have confidence. The government's got the power to spend anytime it pleases, and they're going ahead and doing it. But I don't think they, from what I hear, the government itself feels a little worried about dollars and everything else, a little ebbing of confidence. And the big problem with the total lack of confidence that anything will be done. And we didn't have any fiscal expansion then, or any monetary expansion. Well, we have the monetary fiscal expansion, the fiscal is not as big as I would like, but in the short run. But we do have a monetary expansion. The economy is growing. There's a basis for confidence growing, but it's not here yet. So I don't feel strongly confident.
Now, one of the reasons that people are not very confident about a number of things right now, the data that came out this week from the Congressional Budget Office, which I know you've seen, which projects that under the budget proposals presented by the new administration, that the national debt will be about $20 trillion within the next decade, up from the current approximate $11 trillion number. And of course, we have to pay the interest every year on the national debt. If we paid 5% on $20 trillion, that's $1 trillion a year in interest drained out of our economy. What's your reaction to these boxcar numbers, David?
Well, I think the amount of interest you mentioned is large, but then you also said taken out of our economy. It isn't really taken out of our economy unless it goes forward. And then...
Well, a lot of our debt, well, wait a minute, Stephen, as you know, a lot of our debt, and a growing percentage of our debt is owed abroad, so the money does go abroad.
Exactly. The new debt I'm thinking of, there's no doubt about that. But what I was trying to get at is, if we begin to reduce our deficits, the amount of money we owe foreigners, which I assume we are going to, that is, we're going to get more efficient.